Respected, wonderful Shrotas, Jignasus, Sadhakas, welcome you all heartily with all gratitudes, salutations, congratulations. Special congratulations to you for some reason. What is it is key in this life of ours, in this Dehadi Upadhi, with all the prarabdhas brought Vyashti and Samashti in this terrible world of Kali Yuga. Like us, all the beings, and like all beings, we also are going through so many limitations, so many of sufferings inexplicable, dukkha, bhaya, badha, fear, etc. Now each one is trying to escape these things, one or the other channels through. You and I also are going through same miseries, and these classes become for us also an escaping channel. And the difference in this channel of our escaping all those problems through this satsanga and others is in every of the other way of trying to escape, the problems remain, problems get aggravated too, new problems get added. But in this pursuit of our coming to this class, for that 1 hour also, first and foremostly, the grossest benefit is that from our mind, the tensions, worries are kept away in a healthy manner. That we are not going into drinks or drugs or sleeps or any bad companies. Okay? 1 hour we are escaping that pain in a healthy atmosphere. Grossest benefit, huh? Not the subtlest. Later on, in these classes, because of the highest knowledge given, with all its practical tips, with so much love and concern, without any cost, not even a wee bit that you don't even look back to even thank also. That much selfless are our gurus in giving us this highest wisdom through these shastras and classes. And the beauty of it is what? That especially in our Upanishadic Vedantic classes, the base of the root of all problems is it not illusion, delusion, ignorance? In these classes, those ignorances, delusions, illusions are slowly wiped up in such a manner that not only the present existing problems get dissolved, no new problems can crop up, and then we are into the permanent state of happiness if we really reach to the state of knowledge of the self that is indicated by the Shastras. So, my special congratulations to you. Well done. You are escaping in right way. By your choice, your wisdom is really saluted, and we don't think, talk anything about, will not make any comments about those self created misunfortunate people who keep on adding to their problems with the already existing ignorance and delusion in this world by choosing to be there only and by not choosing to go to any of the satsangas, come to any of the satsangas of Shastra Shravanadhyena, Tattva Jnana, Tattva Chintana, etc. Except feeling pity for them, except if we are given a right or duty, if at all we are given by the Lord, praying for them that Sadbuddhi come to all, we can't say anything about them. But definitely, we here as speakers have to appreciate, acknowledge your wonderful choice. Here we are. Let us travel together slowly, steadily in this, not the outer gross path, but in the inner subtle path of traveling from the ignorance to knowledge, from delusion to the right understanding, from the bondage towards the misery, sorry, from the bondage towards the liberation, from misery towards the happiness, from the limited to the limitless, isn't it? And this path, as we say every day, takes time. Let us give it. Takes efforts. Let us put. Takes sacrifices. Let us do. After all, overall, above all these things we do are much, much more than worthy. You know, with all the lives efforts of all sorts outside, you may become multimillionaire, you may become prime minister, you may even become Nobel laureate. Still, we die only a bound jiva, only to be born according to our own karma done in whatever the manner we don't know. The earlier Nobel laureates died. Some have gone to Sarga if they have done lot of punya. Some have gone to Parama Bhayankara Naraka also if they have done their lot of papa. Didn't we study today in our morning Skanda Purana about the gati of the jivas in the topic of Shraddha Karma, etc. So then the summary of all this is what? Congratulations that you are escaping your problems in by a right way by choosing to do the right thing of increasing the knowledge about reality, knowledge about the illusion of the illusory world. सत्य वस्तु को सत्य के रूप में, मिथ्या को मिथ्या के रूप में जानते हुए, मिथ्या जगत के बंधन से छुटकारा पाते हुए, सत्य परमात्मा को पाने के कारण मिलने वाला आनंद में डूबने के लिए जो कदम उठाए, जो आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, to you all, hearty welcomes. Please tomorrow, all of you, buy 20 rupees of Pula Mala. Imagine that I am only putting on your neck and you pay the bill. बाबा जी के पास कहा होगा the token of my respects to you that you have chosen this. And in your choosing this, your little punya, the grace and blessings of the masters, so many have prayed for you. All of that worked. All of them worked in putting us into this path. Now, it is in our hands to recognize the glory of this path and goal, and then traverse in the path towards the goal. Not because now anybody supports or not supports, but in spite of any amount of obstacles, difficulties come from within or without, we are not going to leave this path towards the goal because we have understood, accepted the glory of it. Can we be in that strong conviction? Choice is again ours. If you are chosen that, in my next talk, I will tell you to buy a 50 rupee mala and put on your neck. अब तो 20 रुपए का है. And if you do your manana, chintana, etc. also continuously and are able to slowly rise over the upadhita, atmya, I can tell you, you buy a whole flower garden and you pay the bill. See the gurus, our acharya, they feel so happy when we are available to them for the knowledge they want to give us and we receive it with open hearts, unbiased way, with open hands, isn't it? What do we get other than that satisfaction, contentment? We don't have any other expectation. When you all come, when you learn this wisdom, when you sort out your small little issues to begin with, to the bigger than the bigger problems of the internal ignorances, etc. उससे हमको और क्या बढ़कर चाहिए हमें कुछ नहीं. With the practice of positive values, when you are free from yourself from negative values and the sin committed by it, we are happy only by that. We don't want any rewards. If from your nastikata you are becoming astika, it is you who are tuning to the Lord to invoke His blessings to grow in your own life. It's your benefit. We only are to recommend, not convert, not compel. Only tell the truth convincingly as per our conviction. You get also convinced. It is your choice. Still, it is your choice. There's no sentiment, there's no emotion. Full freedom. We love you. Therefore, we share all this Shastra wisdom to you, with you. So too, if you are gaining that Tattva Jnana and understanding the Mithyatva of the Jagat in its true sense through all the logics, etc., and therefore laughing at the world, smiling at the world, without getting bogged up with the world, and really recognizing the truth. Wow, you are the ones to get liberated. No guru, no shastra, no devata is benefited when we grow spiritually, just like they don't lose when we fall prey to our own ignorances in a temptations outside and become a Bhayankara Dushta Samsari day by day. Party Marji. Again, welcome you all. Now in the Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, Tritiya Utpatthi Prakarana, 20th chapter, Paramartha Pratipadanam, to the question of Leela, that Brahmana died 8 days back. No, he only became the king and his wife me. We though lived 100 years or whatever the amount, so too big. How can it be reconciled? To this, Mother Saraswati, a very sublime topic she is touching and explaining. Seldom it is touched in Shastras. That just like the space, inner and outer, grosser and subtler, cause and effect are just intellectual concepts on the pure consciousness, illusions. So too, the time itself is a concept with all its divisions either of past, present, future, or divisions in terms of moments or seconds or minutes or yawns. All of them are only in the mind. Beyond the mind, the self. In the mind, all these are there. And in the projected Deshakala of the mana, that the entire world is. कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता इसका. But it is a very tough nut to crack this particular knowledge. That the Desha Kala are only the concept of the mana. Therefore, nothing of the Desha of small or big place, nothing of the Kala of minutes or millennia have to be minded at all from the highest standpoint is a tough nut to crack. At the same time, while walking towards that path, when you are in these upadhis, then these desha kala are valid, and we are in particular desha at a particular kala, then we have a lot to contribute to the world at that vyavahara and upadhi level. See that? This is the wisdom. Thanks to our Mother Saraswati, who is revealing this knowledge through Leela, Virani, to all of us. Let us see today what do we have from that shloka number. Krishna Vasudeva, how many we have seen? Yeah, even though we have seen up to 37, we'll start from 31 onwards. It gives the topic complete. Let us spend 3 minutes, 4 minutes for our Mangalacharana shloka every day to tune with the text and the author Valmiki, the Guru, Vaashishtha and the Shishya, Rama and the subject, the Brahma Jnana. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Om Yerime Guruvehi Purvam, Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam, Om Sri Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tatulyam, Rama Nama Varanane, Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam, Jnanamurtim Dvandvataitam, Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham, Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam, Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam, Bhavataitam Triguna Sadgurum Tan Namami, Parabrahmane Shrutimatre, Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya, Acharyebhyo, Rishibhyo, Munibhyo, Gurubhyo, Devatabhyo, Asmadgurubhyo Namaha, Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane, Sri Vasishtha Vishwamitra Valmiki Vedavyasa Vamadeva, Narada, Samasta Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana Acharyebhyo Namaha, Sankalvaha, Tesham Sarvesham Krupanugrahena, Upanishadukta Brahmat, Upanishad Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayanoukta ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराण-इतिहास सन्तवाङ्मयोक्तसाध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतादर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहिन्दुसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परादीनां भक्तिज्ञानयोगवेदान्तादिप्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्व व्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां भक्तशिष्यसाधकसेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु श्रोतॄणां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न समूल निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां आश्रमाणां पुण्यक्षेत्राणां दिव्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां भूभागादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञ याग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वतरूपेण वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां श्रोतॄणां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवत देवता गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री वशिष्ठ राम संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रस्थान मोक्ष शास्त्रस्य पारायणम अध्ययनम साधना प्रयत्नम मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्माद् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्माद् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं परं ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आवेश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृत जलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ॐ श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीरामायण शरणं मम श्रीवसिष्ठ शरणं मम श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम श्रीव्यासा शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीरामा शरणं मम श्रीरामा शरणं मम शरणं मम ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं परमार्थ प्रतिपादनं नाम लीलोपाख्याने विंशतितमः सर्गः श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच श्रीदेव्युवाच So the question was अष्टमे दिवसे विप्रः सः मृतः परमेश्वरी 8 days back that Brahmana died. Gata Varshagana Asmakam Mata Mother for both of us, wife and husband, hundreds and lots of years have passed. Kathamidam Bhavet. In his 8 days of death, we should be 8 days only, but then how come years have happened? To this question, the mother started answering. Sri Devi Uvacha. What is her guidance? Very sublime. Let's listen patiently if we can catch Valaki by choice. Slowly, steadily. She says, Desha Dairyam Yatha Nasti. The Dirghata of the Desha. First of all, space itself is concept. Then it's a smallness and bigness, grossness and subtleness. All of them, in reality, they are not there. If they are there, they are just projected. Tatha Kala Dairyam He Angane. So too, the Dirghata of the Kala also is as much concept as the Kala itself. नास्त्येव इति यथा न्यायम कथ्यमानम मया श्रुतं. So the kala dirghata also is not there yatha nyayam as understandable with all explanations yuktis. I am telling you, listen carefully. What is it? Yatha etat pratibha matram jagat sarga avabhasanam. So the creation of the jagat and its appearance and all the anubhavas in it are pratibha matram. Pratibhasika only, not really happened. Like the happening of the ornament on the gold and using of that ornament in different parts of the body has not changed the gold to be anything else. Therefore, those molding of the gold into ornament and putting in the respective part of the body is called as pratibhasikam, not paramarthikam. When do we say it is paramarthikam or real? When the gold is no more there. But the gold continues to be there, isn't it? When it has become as an ornament and it is in your hands, and if it's a necklace, it has gone to your neck, all the time it's remaining as gold. So the first thing was gold. In between, when the ornamentation is there, that time also is gold only. Afterwards, you get bored and you melt it, and you may get it as back into a gold, a lump or a biscuit. So in between, that ornamentness is nothing but pratibha matra. In the same way, earlier the Adhisthana Brahma is there. Is the Adhisthana Brahma there or not in the whole universe? Yes, very much there. Okay, the Adhisthana Brahma is Sat and Chit. If Sat and Chit are not there, the Jagat is neither there nor perceived. If the Jagat is there, means its substratum Sat is there. If the Jagat is perceived, seen, being aware, its substratum awareness is there. So when Sat and Chit was there before creation, in the creation also that alone is there, then what is the creation? Pratibha Mas. Pratibha Matram. That is Pratibhasikam eva. With all its Vyavahara, with all the modifications in it, with all its giving the experiences to a Jiva with the Upadhi, yet it is Pratibha Matram. That's the meaning. Yatha etat pratibha matram jagat sarga vabhasanam. Tatha, in the same way, etat, this one is again pratibha matram. It is pratibhasika only, projection only, unreal. What is that? Kshana kalpa avabhasanam. Kshana kalpa avabhasana means the kalpana of the kshana or the time starting from its first unity of kshana to as much as we can imagine as kalpa. All of that is pratibha matram. In the consciousness, neither space is there with all its infinitude seeming, nor kala is there as with its infinitude seeming. In fact, desha and kala are not infinite. They are limited and conditional. Just like when we are in sleep, where we transcended the mind or dissolved the mind, where is the space? Do we become aware of where have we slept? Which part of the country? Which place in the house? सोफा में सोए, पलंग पे सोए, चटाई पे सोए. Do we become aware? Once we sleep, are we aware? Is it daytime or night time or afternoon or evening? It is Ekadashi, Dhokadashi, Dwadashi. Do we know? So no Kala, no Desha. Therefore, it's not there. That which is not there all the time is not real. Therefore, Desha Kala are conditional. So therefore, your question of how come in 8 days of that Brahmana Jiva have become so many years to us, that 8 days also concept for him, these so many years also are concept for him. And in that 8 days of him, in your 78 years, we attend to whatever you have gone through, also is the concept projection, which you are comfortable in taking it as real. Because of your comfort, you take as real, and because your comfort when you take real, that doesn't become real. Think about it. This is what is the yukti I am trying to tell. Keep 100 times listening, contemplating. At least 101th time you will be able to grasp it. Continues. Ksanakalpam jagat sarvam. देखो तत्ता मत्तात्म जन्मनाम. So tatta matta atma janmanam. For the individualities like me, for the individualities like you, jagat sarva means entire our life and lifespan, whatever we have done, it is ksanakalpam only. It can all be condensed into 1 minute only, one kshana only, isn't it? Like for somebody else, our life is from birth to death. They will tell only in 1 minute. हो गया भाई, वहां जन्म लिया था, ये वो था, बस बड़ा हो गया, और शादी हो गई, बच्चे हो गए, पैसे कमाया अच्छी तरह से, बैंक बैंक में डाला, ओल्ड एज में भी बहुत खुश था, ओल्ड एज आश्रम में था, ओल्ड एज होम में, और बस बच्चों के पास रहा, फिर एक दिन गुजर गया. 1 minute only for the entire life. Enough. So ksanakalpam jagat sarvam tattam janmanam. Then yathavat pratibhasasya. And these are all pratibhas only. Vakshe kramamimam shrunu. So this is how step by step we fall prey to the mano sankalpa of the kala and the kala's division into bhuta bhavishyat vardhamana. In that bhuta becomes the hetu and the vartamana becomes the phala or karya, and vartamana becomes as if the karana, the bhavishyat becomes the karya. सारा ये जो है प्योर कॉन्शियस के दृष्टि से पहले तो हो ही नहीं रहा, हो रहा है तो 1 मिनट में हो रहा है या 2 मिनट में हो रहा है या लाखों मिनट में हो रहा है या युगों में भी हो रहा है. All is concept. Once its concept as we saw yesterday, it has no logic. It can be any way conceptualized too. Like there is a movie in which 4 generations of movie is shot in 3 hours of movie only. But there are TV serials, they run into 10,000 episodes. And 10,000 episodes. In each episode, there are as if 3 or 4 or 5 or 1 week is spent. Of 10,000 episodes into 1 week means what? 70,000 days. 70,000 days को 365 से divide करो, almost 200 years per day one. So they show in 200 years की बात हो जो उस episodes में. Think about it. It's all the mind में ही रहने वाला है देश और काल. But very beautiful. I am the consciousness. From me with my Maya Shakti, Desha Kala are projected. In the Desha Kala, all the Vastus are projected. And all the Vastus are Desha Bandha and Kala Bandha. They are in one particular place and they are there for one duration of time. All the while that's happening, that happens to only the Kalpita Upadhis of me and the Kalpita Rupanama, which I call as Jagat. All that happening in its smallness and bigness of space and its smallness of bigness of time, all the while that's happening, to the pure consciousness of me, nothing is happening. And many other calculations, like for us, 100 years appear to be so small. But for a mosquito or the ant which die every day, उनको imagine करो 100 years का कितना लंबा. For them, we are ब्रह्मदेव only. एक मनुष्य 100 साल जीता है. So to the small insects, which 2-3 क्षण में ही मर जाते हैं. 2-3 क्षण में मरते हैं. And for us, in 1 minute, that's 60 seconds. In an hour, 3,600 seconds. Like that per day, 24 घंटे. Compare to that microbe's lifespan. Our life is so big. And compared to ours, for us, the life of that microbe is just जट से जन्म लिया, फट से मर गया. बट इन दैट झटपट जन्म मरण में ही उसका एंटायर लाइफ गैमट हैपेंस. जो भी होना है उसको, जन्म लेना, देन शादी करना, बच्चे करना, ऑल ऑफ दैट दोस थिंग्स टू. डोंट यू सी द बर्ड्स आर तितली वगैरह, कितना दिन उसका उम्र होता है तितली का? 5-6 दिन। बट इन दैट टाइम ओनली इट गेट्स द चिल्ड्रन, इट गेट्स बिग, सारा नौटंकी होता है। फ्लावर आल्सो मॉर्निंग ब्लॉसम्ड, by evening मुरझाता है। In between only it has done what it has to do to the nature, to the other living beings. So these all have to be thought by us to understand. The time and space are conveniences, concepts, valid only in the Kalpita Vyavaharik Jagat. In the Paramarthika Tattva, na Desha Kalo, na Jagadasti. Listen to this truth. Slowly allow it to sink in. Then, from that standpoint, realize oneself to be that Brahman, which is Deshatita, Kalatita, Vastuatita. And in Desha Kala Vastu only, Janma Marana Adi is there along with Vikara, which is called as Samsara. And that is not there to me. Then dance with ecstasy. Yeah, I am not going to die when the body dies. Isn't it? It's not my age that अस्सी नब्बे साल और शरीर का है। मैं तो eternal. And imagine that state of our evolution when we have strengthened this knowledge and living this knowledge of what can frighten us, threaten us, what can make us miserable उसके बाद। ये है ये ब्रह्म ज्ञान का महिमा। What it gives, nobody else can give, nothing else can. So mother continues कि अनुभूय क्षणम जीवः मिथ्या मरण मूर्छनम विस्मृत प्राक्तनम भावमन्यम पश्यति सुरत. These are the four things. First, anubhuya kshanam jiva. For him, the entire life of 50, 40, 70, 90 years is one kshana only. Then he dies, and the death is called mithya only. Mithya marana murchanam. It's not death, just he kicked this body, that's it. Then what? Vismruta praktanam bhavam. He just forgets that he was doctor, lawyer, engineer, husband. Sometimes the man in next life is a woman only. Woman is a man. So Vismurta Praktanam Bhavam. Then the Anyam Pashyati, the new set of entire circumstances, he sees, and in his habit of delusion, he just gets identifies with all of them. Habit of delusion. Like we live our habits, no? Like when the tea is given, 4 or 5 cups are there in the tray. Habit of delusion, we take first, even though there are 10 options. That you yourself can take the tray and serve others. You take a cup and give to the neighbor, isn't it? But habit है गया हमको कि पहले हमको लेना है. Or it can be the other habit that no, give it to all, the last one I'll take. See, either you do this or that. There is only habit that's functioning. जिसका जो आदत है. Like that, thousands of things. Good or bad, nothing but the habits only will live. They are not reality. So too, as a habit, he gets the new set of things which are projected by his own Sankalpa Shakti, and he gets into that and identifies. Actually, before he dies in this body only, if he dissolves his conceptual Jiva Bhava and realizes his Brahma Sthiti, then he will not have the new Janma only. Janma Varana se mukti hoega unko. Because to have the Janma, the individuality, the samskaras, the prarabdhas, the so many willing human desires that this and that I have to experience have to be there. For the one who has realized the self and root only, all the samskaras are burnt, ignorance is burnt, desires are burnt, individuality also is dissolved. So where will he have anything for him to be born? But this is a jiva, see, lived the whole life which is momentary. Just like that, the Mithya Marana forgot all the past and just entered into the new. Anyam Pashyati. Subrate. Then, dekho, how this carefully she is guiding. Tadeva Unmesha Matrena. That Jiva only Unmesha Matrena means the time which takes in पलक झपकना, आंख खोलने में कितना टाइम लगता है, उतने ही समय में उन्मेष मात्रेण व्योमनि एव, इन दिस वेरी स्पेस व्योम रूपी अपि So he is now not attached to the Sharira. Therefore, he is a Vyoma Rupi. He is a Chittakasha Jiva. होने के बावजूद भी आधेयो हम यह आधारे स्थिता. Even though he is the Adhara, he looks at the new body and he takes that body as Adhara and he finds himself that he cannot be independent of that. Then he finds himself to be Adheya and उसमें घुस जाता है. आदेयो में आधार स्थितः अहम इति चेतति. Then that set of body etc. identified with which he says, I am now this. क्षण काल में ही actually he is the adhara for the upadis. But because of the samskaras earlier, he thinks he is the adeya and the sharira adi are the upadis are the adhara. He enters into that new set. That's how the new sharira he enters and identifies. Okay, next. In that entry, wherever he has entered, Hastapadadiman Deha. Hastapada Adiman Deha. There is a body which has got hands, legs, etc. Mama. I am is this Deha. Mama iti pashyati. He thinks it is mine. Then he enters into it. He has got that capacity. Yadeva chetati vapuhu. Yadeva chetati vapuhu means with all his earlier lives, chetati chintana. Accumulation of all these types of means chintanas, karmas, desires, sankalpas, upasanas, prarthanas. All of them are chitta ke vritti aayi ki nahi? And the amalgam of all of that, whichever the vapu comes out, you know, the cumulative outcome of all the chetana. Chetati means thinking. So, yadeva chetati vapu, tadeva idam sahapash. The same body is presented to him, he enters into it. It can be a kingly body as a human, it can be a Brahmana Sharira, it can be Vaishak Shudra, it can be Roga Yukta, it can be very weak body, very strong body, very black complexioned, white complexioned, whichever it may be. If not of Manusha, it can be buffalo, it can be Shiva fellow, it can be cow or it can be wool. All his sankalpa, etc., together cumulatively, wherever they are fulfilled, that body gets. Among, let us say, 10,000 his chetati thoughts are there. Among them, the fructified, 100 of them have to manifest out of 10,000. 9,900 still are there. These 100, if they can be manifested and exhausted, in a camel body, he will get a camel. He will be in the Rajasthan, in the desert. Still, it has got 9,900. The moment he dies as camel, if he has got the next set of 100 or 70, which are the number, with which he will have to, he can exhaust them as a tortoise, he'll become tortoise. If they are ullu ka hai mano, I'm just laughing for myself, yaar. So he will get that. Why are you feeling like that? You know, Mata Lakshmi ka vahan hai ullu. So we all are allowing the Mother Lakshmi to ride on us, so we are all ullu only. Again, some other time, we have seen that Narada story, how that various animal yonis that Jiva going through, finally became the child of the king. Satsanga Mahigamala Kahani. We spoke during Narada Vaksutra talk or Bhagavatam long back, 3.5 years back. Do you understand now? Yadeva chetati vapuhu. And among all those so many samskaras which we gathered, called as Sanchita, whatever were to be fructifyingly expressed, they all were fit enough to provide to us this human sharira now, in these circumstances and all. And in this life, what we have done, along with the past, Upsara cumulative hokar, then after we leave this body, we may become even small mosquito. It can be a chipkali. It can be any of the thing. Or maybe human too. Isn't it? So adheyo hamiha adhare stita ahamiti chetati hastapadadiman deha ayam mama iti pashyati yadeva chetati vapuhu tadeva idam sabash. And that body is nothing but the grossification of his subtle mind and sankalpas. Like this body is my subtle mind's grossified only. Now, while staying in this, whatever meditations or mind's thoughts I'm having, they all get grossified for me to get that body in the next life. Knowing, unknowing, don't know. जानबूझकर सब मिलकर होता है. Cumulative. Up to this, you have understood? Once he enters into that sharira, for example, human, his mother is telling, मनुष्य शरीर में प्रवेश किया मानो. Mother is taking the help of मनुष्य because मनुष्य का ही example देना है ना. Why do we talk about donkey, buffalo? So एतस्य अहम पितुः पुत्रः. So एतस्य पितुः अहम पुत्रः. Of this father I am the child. Actually, that small child doesn't know, like in any animal. But the others introduce the mother or the grandmother. He is the one who created you. Is the only creative thing he has done. करके इंट्रोड्यूस कर करके बेचारे को एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ता है. He is the father. Actually, father has given only the body. The jiva was already there. So etasya pituham putraha. It's only a concept. Then varshani etani santi me. Then others tell, beta, your birthday now, your 5th year, 7th year, 9th year. To the Atma, there is no birthday. To the Jiva also, gada chali raha hai wo. It's a concept. But the Sharira's birth or age is considered as ours. So Varshani etani santi me. How old are you? I am 20 years, I am 18 years. Then ime me bandhava ramyaha. So they're all beautiful. Ramya means wonderful bandhavas around. And brothers or sisters or cousins. All of them are around now. In Hindi to mast rehta hai. I don't think in any language those things are there. है ना? दादा दादी, नाना नानी, चाचा चाची, फूफा फूफी, काका काकी, और क्या है? मामा मामी, फिर पापा पापी. अब इतने सारे. How many things that are there? Here we may bandhava ramya. Then slowly, mama idam ramyam aspadam. This house of mine is so comfortable. No, by saying each of them, he is getting bound by them and getting settled in that bondage. And whichever becomes a habit, good or bad, it starts giving happiness. It makes it comfortable. You don't feel like coming out of it. Like स्लम एरिया में रहने वाले हैं, उनको वहां मजा आता है, बहुत मुश्किल से वहां से निकलते हैं. So too, we have all the other friends, relatives established. अब उनके साथ मस्ती चल रहा है तो रहने दो. We have fear of new. इसको छोड़े तो कैसा रहेगा. And fear of how to live without them. These are all concepts. Actually, we are one Parabrahma. In us, nothing are there. We are independent of everything. But then, with the Upaditadatmya, now we can't be lonely alone. So, they say, Ramya Maspadam, this beautiful house of mine, Ramya Me Bandhavaha, wonderful relatives, friends, etc. This old is I am, he is my father, I am his son. This is how all of them are only thoughts. See how all these shackles, this great Shastra is breaking if you allow. नहीं 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 हमको ऐसा सब नहीं सुनना है बाबा, ये हायर ट्रुथ सत्य नहीं चाहिए हमको. वी आर हैप्पी विद द बॉडी एंड द भोग ऑफ द इंद्रियास. देन दैट लो लेवल माइंड रहने दो उनको. उनको आपको भी ऐसे जीना है तो रहने दो. हु कैन वी टू, वी आर नॉट देयर टू फोर्स. So how many things are told so far? The whole earlier life he lives, which is momentary only, with all the happenings in it. Suddenly mithya mrityu. Then gata vismriti. New setup he takes up. In that also, in the Vyoma only, the Vyoma Rupi only, yet he thinks he is the content and the Sharira is the container. That is what he said. Adeyam aham adhare stitaha amiti chit. Even though he is the adhara, the jiva in me, and the upadhis are adeya, it is reversed. The upadhis are adhara and I am adeya करके उसमें चले जाते हैं, घुस जाता है. And thereafter, this body with hands and legs is mine. And which body he gets? Further, the answer is Yadeva Vapu Chetati. Tadeva idam pashyati and entry karoti, identify karoti. Then I am the son of this person, father. Then these are my age, etc. Two, three she is telling. बाकी सारे आपको समझना है. When it is said, Estasya pitoho am putu pituho am putraha, etane varshani santi means all other things unsaid here, which we calculate today. Like I am Indian or I am Hindu, I am this caste wala hu, this bhasha wala hu, ये सारे we only superimpose. And that's why none of them are permanent nor are real. Like if in this life I am born in Punjab, now necessarily that next life I will be born here. I can be born in North Korea. Anything depending on our vasanas and all of them. A North Korean, he may be born in India, in South India, Orthodox, Chameleon, Brahman, may he can take birth. Who knows? Doing all the mantrocharan. He must have seen two, three times having come to India, all that. Strong thought आ गया होगा उनको मन में, यार if I am born in India, he will. So do the Indian things यार. नॉर्थ कोरिया में ऑल जीते जीते चीजों को जला के खाने के रूप में देते हैं. एक बार टेस्ट करो तो कैसे. That thought is enough. You will be born there. That's why don't see the world and don't entertain the thoughts. डरना चाहिए हमको. जबरदस्त डरना है. जरूरी है. That helps. Then only realize the self. That's it. नहीं डरूंगा मैं करके उल्टा फुल्टा हिम्मत करोगे ना, then you will see it, they will be formed as impressions, they will come as dreams also, and the next life too. If you want to take that risk, number one मूर्ख होंगे. On the other hand, all the divine places we keep on visiting with our choice, entertain those thoughts, हमको वो वाला मिलेगा. ये थोड़ा इंटेलिजेंस है ये, है ना. Always courage and dareness is not necessary intelligence. है ना. With all courage and dareness, from the 22nd floor, I jumped. It is not a intelligence, though it is dareness and courage. वो मूर्खता है वो. Up to this we have seen. Then jato ham, I am born. Who is born there? The food eaten by mother, father became body. Food eaten by the mother makes that fetus grow. When he is thrown away, the food eaten which comes out of the earth, etc., that body is growing. Is the jiva born? He is entered only. Neither is born or dies. And it is only a concept. The Brahman, the reality, the Atman, it is never absent, it's ever there. There is no need for it to be born. But the idea is, don't we say, let us say you are born on April 1st, 1990. April 1st, Swamiji, ऐसे suddenly आपको याद आया, अब मैं क्या करूं? और 1970, April Fool Day वही born. तो I am born on that day कि वो fix हो जाता है माइंड में. Then the outer world also demands for our certificates, passports, visas. हो जाता है. So jato ham. The next one, abhavam. Now I am here, alive. Balaha. There were the times when I was a child. Jiva was not child. Jiva is no age only. He is beyond time. The body is of the child. Balaha. Then balaha, bataha. With ball, bat I was playing. You can remember all the past. चाइल्डहुड में क्या क्या नौटंकी किया, क्या क्या चीजें चुरा के खाए, क्या क्या की चीजें मम्मी को बताए बिना किया, क्या क्या एग्जाम में कॉपी की है ना. और फेल हो गया वो क्योंकि एग्जाम वाज मैथमेटिक्स एंड द फेलो गेव फिजिक्स आंसर एंड यू कॉपीड इट. जीनियस. सो अभवम जातोहम अभवम बालः, I am child. Then vruddhim yataha. Slowly, slowly went on growing. Who was growing? The body. दिमाग कभी बड़ा ही नहीं हुआ ऐसे ही. Isn't it? Same childish naughty even now going on. And now I am vruddhim yataha. Not vruddhaha, vruddhim. I went on. So that adolescent age. Then youth age from that 18 to 25. Then 25 to 30, the most confusing age. 30 ke baad, then the confusion gets settled that you get into a job and get married. That is a settled confusion. Nothing but. Isn't it? Then slowly vruddhim yataha. That calculation goes on. है ना? पहले 25 साल में भी 30 साल का लिखते हैं. Just to say that I am more aged. उसके बाद 40 साल हो गए फिर भी 30 ही लिखते हैं. No, you want to show young. But vruddhim yataha. I have grown now. And then we look at Abha. I don't know. Now I am 78 years. हो गया. That man died 85. I am 80 now. 5 years. He lived more than me. Can I live up to that? These are all concepts only. Body is every moment dying. Isn't it? It's the same body. In one body only we died 1,000 times. Everything changed. That clarity we have to avoid the superficial concepts and fears. If somebody asks you, like कोई मुझे पूछते हैं, स्वामी जी आप मरोगे? आप मतलब कौन? आत्मा मैं नहीं मरूंगा, जीव मैं नहीं मरूंगा, शरीर ये तो हर पल मर रहा है. Change is the death is the change. What is there? This knowledge is not taken seriously by us. And the other ignorance that when the body dies, I die, that is taken so seriously. Because everybody talks about that. अब इमेजिन 10 साल के लिए सब लोग बॉडी का मृत्यु को जीव का मृत्यु नहीं है ऐसा प्रचार करे मानो. नो बडी विल हैव फियर ऑफ डेथ. सिंपल. जातोहम अभवम बालः वृद्धिम यातः नौ अहम ईदृशः. Now I am like this. Whichever the condition I am now. Look at us. Then बांधवाः च मे बांधवाश्चास्य मे सर्वे. है ना? All these are my friends and relatives. तथैव विचरन्ति अमी. Then they also are taken by us also like that only. Their birthday also I give gift as they gave it to me. I look at them also and say they are also born, grown, etc. etc. So as I look at myself, I look at others also. And I relate with them. All are concepts. Brahman alone is reality. All of this is kalpita. So bandhavashasya me sarve tathaiva charanti ami. So these my friends, relatives also are same. I take them as. In fact, that also is a jiva. That also kalpita. Like your uncle is there in front. Oh, my uncle is working in that forest department and all, and he does all sandalwood smuggling and all that. you know, whatever you say, he is a jiva only. But we say he is also becoming old and all, dying. कोई नहीं मरता, कोई बूढ़ा नहीं होता, वो होते हैं शरीर. Can we this way divide शरीर एंड anyway डिवाइड करके रूल करने का आदत तो हमको ही है ना. अभी शरीर को जीव से अलग करो, जीव को आत्मा से अलग करो. हिम्मत है तो करो, उसके लिए बैठो घंटों, उसका आदत बनो. It's all question of ignorance and its adat which binds us against all the question of wisdom and its adat which liberates us. Gain wisdom and make it a habit. Like maintain the ignorance and made a habit. Is that clear? So बांधवाः च अस्य मे सर्वे तथा एव विचरन्ति अमी. So all my relatives, friends, उनको भी मैं वैसे ही देखता हूँ. Whatever I see as myself. Then I introduce. He is my cousin. Then that will also introduce. Oh, that is my cousin. Then other people you introduce. All that he also introduces. This is my dog. I take every day. It takes me every day for walking. He also says, yes, this donkey takes me for walking. So we just look at the world as we look at ourselves. Hope an idea is given. These are to be pondered over to catch the main thought which the mother wants to convey, that the desha in the desha deha, the upadhis, kala of the upadhis, birth, growth, etc., all of them are in reality projected. In reality, they are not there. ओके नेक्स्ट वन देखो. बहुत सुंदर. चित्त आकाश घनैकत्वात् स्वे अपि अन्ये अपि भवन्ति ते. इट्स ऑल चित्त आकाश. In that Chitta Akasha, Chitta Vrittis. Though Chitta Vrittis become Ghanibhuta, solidified. Therefore, I am different, they are different. All these are projected and given so much reality that beyond that we don't want to think now. Like we make our house set in one form, then we don't think even to change it for 10 years. Otherwise, that setup which is there can be improved upon for various conveniences. That's why some people इसको तोड़ के उसको जोड़ के ये निकाल के उधर करके they try to keep on improving. Some people तो ऐसा ही है, बस 20 साल से वो सोफा वहीं पड़ा है, वो फ्रिज वहीं पड़ा है, बस उसको उसी में कंफर्ट दिख रहा है. अदरवाइज दैट सोफा सेल कर दिया, फ्रिज को उस तरफ सरकाया, तो you'll get more space, more ventilation, more light will come. So many options are there, but we don't think. एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूं. उसी तरह यहाँ चित्ता आकाश घन एकत्वात स्वे अपि अन्ये अपि भवन्ति ते. इट इज मी, इट इज दैट करके ये सारे चित्त आकाश सॉलिडिफाइड is taken as by reality. Evam namoditepi asya chitte samsara khandake. In this way, even though it is not real, but from the chitta classified, all these things are taken as real. Then the reality is na kinchidapi abhyuditam sthitam vyomaiva nirmalam. न किंचिदपि अभी उदितम, कुछ भी किसी भी चीज का जन्म हुआ ही नहीं. स्थितम व्योम एव निर्मलम, ऑलवेज दैट निर्मल चिदाकाश अलोन इज एग्जिस्टिंग. एग्जाम्पल, स्वप्ने द्रष्टरि यद्वत् चित्, है ना. स्वप्ने द्रष्टरि यद्वत् चित्, लाइक इन द स्वप्न जगत इज देयर, द स्वप्न पुरुष इज देयर, द स्वप्न पुरुषा चित्त इज देयर, द स्वप्न पुरुषा चित् इज देयर इनसाइड. On that chit only, the chitta, on the chitta only, the swapna purushatva, on the chitta only, the jagat other than him as they are projected. Yadvat swapne drashtari yadvat chit tadvat drishyeva chidevasa, tadvat drishye chidevasa. So therefore, be attentive. In the swapna drashtas, चित्त के पीछे जो चित्त कॉन्शियसनेस है, उस कॉन्शियसनेस में ही द चित्ता, एंड इन द चित्ता द स्वप्न दृष्टा एज मच इज प्रोजेक्टेड. ही हैज गॉट द दृश्य इन फ्रंट, नो, दैट दृश्य आल्सो इज प्रोजेक्टेड इन दैट चित ओनली. प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस में ही दृष्टा दृश्य बोथ आर प्रोजेक्टेड. सी दैट स्वप्ने द्रष्टरि यद्वत् चित तद्वत् दृश्य चिदेवसा, तद्वत् दृश्य चिदेवसा. लाइक इन द स्वप्न में दृष्टा के अंदर चिद है, दृश्य के अंदर भी चिद है. इट इज टू डिस्कवर द चित. आफ्टर द डिस्कवरी ऑफ द चित, इट इज द अदर वे अराउंड. इट इज नॉट दैट इन द दृष्टा देयर इज चित्त, बट इन द चित्त दृष्टा इज प्रोजेक्टेड. इट्स नॉट दैट इन द दृश्य देयर इज चित्त, इन द चित्त देयर इज दृश्य प्रोजेक्टेड. इन शॉर्ट, वन चित, इन दैट ओनली दृश्य दृष्टा दृश्य बोथ आर प्रोजेक्टेड. Both being thought level, that's called swapna. In the Jagrata also, this drashta, drishya, both are projected in the conscious chit. But here, the drishya is little solid. This is gross. That's why it's as if a different world than the swapna, this Jagrat appears to be. The stulata only separates or differentiates Jagrata avastha from swapna. As regards the projection on the Chit Swarup Brahman concerned, both are projection. See, na kinchidapi abhyuditam sthitam vyoma eva nirmalam. Pure consciousness alone is there. Nothing is born created in it. स्वप्ने द्रष्टरि यद्वत् चित, स्वप्न में दृष्टा के अंदर जैसा चित है, तद्वत दृश्य, दृष्टा में ही नहीं, दृश्य चिदेव सा. इन द दृश्य आल्सो दैट चित्त alone is there. रिवर्स करो, इन द चित्त दृष्टा दृश्य आर प्रोजेक्ट. नेक्स्ट वन, सर्वगैकतया यस्मात् स्वप्ने दृष्ट दर्शन यथा स्वप्ने तथोति परलोक दुर्गादिभिः. सो सर्वगैकतया, सर्वग एकतया, सर्वग means all pervading, ekataya, one consciousness being completely pervading both the swapna drishya and swapna drashta. Yasmat swapne drushta darshana. So in the swapna, what's the experience of it? One consciousness permeating on which the drashta drishya are projected.
As it's happening in the swapna, yatha swapne tata udeti paraloka drugadivihi. Same is on the consciousness only. The other loka also are projected. Drashta drushya. Projected only it is. That paraloka is I die here and am born somewhere. Or as per Purana Itihasas, I'll go to Deksha Kinnara Kim Purusha Siddha Gandharva Charana Loka or Lada Punyadan, the Swarga Loka or Papadan, Dhanaraka Loka. ये सारा जो है वहां भी दृष्टा दृश्य वासनाओं के घनी भली वासनाओं के कारण कल्पित होकर हमें अनुभव देते विथ ऑल द अनुभव गिवन yet they are not real. That is the beauty of it. But we have given reality to Kalpana and we have done the karma. Therefore, we have to be given the karma phala also. Like when I give reality to the snake, naturally it will give me the real fear also. Why the experience of the fear is real when I see the snake? Because I have given reality to the snake. When it is known as rope, still appearing like or looked like a snake, that time you will not be afraid because you don't give reality to the snake anymore. Because you know the rope reality, the actual reality. Understanding how the Vedanta slowly opens up to us the true knowledge, knowledge about the reality, knowledge about the truth. Then paraloke yathodeti tatha eva iha abhyudeti sa. So what is there in the swapna, so too in the other loka. What is there swapna in the other loka is alone in this jagrat. Therefore, tat swapna paraloka iha lokanam asatam satam. Therefore, on the Sadvastu Brahman, the Swapnaloka in which Swapna Drashta and Drashya, Ihaloka in which I am Drashta entire Drashya Jagat, and the Paraloka, the Drashta and Drashya all are project. है ना? Like when I am studying those Puranas, it will be explained to me, if you do the Punya, then you go to Swarga. In that Swarga, all the bhogas are given. Don't we make a concept of it? And do this Punya, you will reach there, or Yajna. And we do it. एंड जिस यज्ञ के रूप के फल के रूप में वो स्वर्ग आदि हमको मिलते हैं वो भी कल्पित ही है दैट इज व्हाट इज द toughest thing for us to understand. We have to understand it. In and through all that, what finally will be seen? Like on a chitrapata, you know, a picture, a family is sitting for an evening tea. It's only chitrapata or in a TV screen, में photo हो या even a moving cinema. But there, the evening time, the setting of the sun, the slowly the winds have become cold, the birds are going back to their own nests. And then the husband came in his now from that formal dress, he has come to informal. Then the wife made that hot 5 cups of tea or coffee in that flask she kept. Then the snacks are kept. The children are also sitting around. Whether it is still picture or motion picture, be attentive. All of them are in that picture as they are projected, in that movie as they are projected, in the reality also, the consciousness of stratum, unchanged, intact, unborn, unmodified, unchanging, undying is there, on which this desha dirgata, kalaga dirgata, vyaktis with their dehas, their ideas, their karma, their follow, all of them are just projected. Wow! See the knowledge. Have you anywhere got this knowledge other than this text? इतना clearly है, but we might have not studied. A lot of Astavakra Gitas, Rupa Gitas, both a lot of them they talk. But इसमें क्या है ना लंबा है वो. We just started now. We are on 5,000 shloka or 4,000. In next to 28,000 shloka, this is how Vasishtha will go on guiding us through various upakyanas till this reality is understood to be real for us by us, and we realize it. And other than that, everything is mithya. That also we realize. Thus, by realizing the mithya jagat as mithya, it no more binds us. By realizing the self as ourselves, the self lakshanas of Sachidananda are experienced by us. Like now, I am jivoham, dehoham, dukkioham. At that time, aham brahmasmi, sadgana, chidgana, anandagana. This journey from ignorance to the knowledge, from the anatma to the atma is spirituality. Right? Paraloke yatha udeti tata eva iha vyudeti sa. Tat swapna paraloka iha lokanam असताम सताम. असताम सताम मीन्स वो असत होते हुए भी दिखते हैं. करके लास्ट श्लोक आज का, न मना कभी भेदोस्ते. Therefore, there is no difference at all in the paraloka, in that drashta drashya. Sapna loka, in that drashya and drashya. Jagrata loka, drashta and drashya. No difference at all in the sense, all of them are illusion and projection only. उसमें यह पर यह लोका right now I feel that I am experiencing. Sapna appears to be in that sapna loka. Then the paraloka appears to be in the future. Whether that future comes into the present after my doing lot of punya and going to that loka, or whether I sleep now after tiredness and before the deep sleep comes, it comes to the dream comes to me. All of that, whether it is 10 minute ka do, 10 janam ke baad ho, ya agle janam, concept ही है साहब. That's what he says. Na mana gapi bhedost. And the example is vichinamiva varini. See, is there any difference between the wave and the water? There's no difference. At the same time, in either of them, one is real, another is projected. The water is reality, wave is projected. Other than that, wave is never independent of water. So to all these avasthas can never be independent of Sachidananda Brahma. They will either see them as Sachidananda Brahma or reject them. Don't give them reality and forget the Sachidananda Brahma. That's what the suggestion. So ataha jatamidam vishwam ajatatvad anashicha. Therefore, this whole jagat is never born, therefore never dies also. Then what's happening? It's projection, it is a projection. Projection is maintained. As long as you maintain the projection, projection remains to be there. Just because you are projecting it and projecting it to the millions of lives years, still it doesn't become real. Anytime you can realize the reality and then you can reject all this reality given to the world, it just disappears. That's the beauty of this mantra 40. Ataha jatamidam vishwam ajatatvad anashicha. Then Sarupatwatu Nasti Eva Yachabhati Chidevasa. In its reality, none of these things are there. Then Yachabhati, whatever you are seeing is Chit Swarupa Brahman only. But Adat ho gaya to call it as name and form and to call it as Jagra Sapna Ityadi. Like it has become an Adat to call it as pot, even though we are seeing the mud only. And thousand examples. It has become an Adat to say it's a cloth, even though we are seeing the cotton only. It has become an Adat to say it's an ornament, even though we are seeing gold only. Isn't it? It has become an other to say it's an house, even though we are seeing the bricks and cement only. It has become an other to say that it is a car, even though it's an assembly of so many parts which are made by various material. There's nothing called as car only in that, but all world talks it to be a car only. सब लोग मिलकर एक्सेप्ट जब करते हैं ना बेवकूफी को, असत्य हो जाता है. Okay, then achetvapi tathaivaisha paramyomarupani tasma chetyamato na nedvichitvad iva varitaha. Powerful shlokas. Next 14 are there. Tomorrow we'll study. आज हमने कहा कितने देखा? Up from अष्टमे दिवस है 27 से we have studied. So exactly 14 mantras we studied. If we can do the 14 tomorrow, little 5 minutes ज़्यादा लेकर मेरे ख्याल में ये वाला 20वां सर्ग हो जाएगा. Then विश्रांति उपदेश वर्णनम will be the next one. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Purnamada Purnamidam. O Lord, may this study of ours be well guided by you by being within and without. May no misunderstanding happen. May everything be perfectly understood. May we rejoice, enjoy the understanding of the truth as truth, understanding of the untruth as the untruth. Lord, please open up our intellects, give them the subtlety, sublimity to understand what we are saying through this. We have prayed, He will bless. Thank you. Now come for Yoga Taravadi.